Yeah, absolutely.
So today we're going to dive into this whole idea of metaphysical. Have you ever felt like there's got to be more to wellness than just like the physical stuff? Like a deeper level where things kind of vibrate differently.
Yeah, absolutely.
So today we're going to dive into this whole idea of metaphysical resonance, looking specifically at solfeggio frequencies and crystals.
Okay.
We've got some really cool insights from healers and from the Crystal Council.
Well, nice.
And we're going to try to figure out, how can this actually create positive change? Basically, what are the most important things you need to know about all of this?
I think what's really fascinating is how these ancient concepts are suddenly like super relevant again.
Right.
Like the idea that sound and crystals can like seriously impact us has been around forever,
Yeah,
but it seems like now we're really starting to understand it in a whole new way.
so true. So, okay, let's just start with solfeggio frequencies. What are they?
Sure.
Like, where does this even come from?
So it's actually a musical term, right?
Yeah.
Like think back to the 10th century,
Yeah.
hymns and Gregorian chants.
Yeah.
These were actually believed to have a direct connection to, like the divine.
Wow.
And then fast forward to the 1970s, we have this guy, Dr. Joseph Puleo, who basically brought these ancient tones back into, modern understanding. But here's the thing. These aren't just random notes.
Right.
They're very specific frequencies measured in hertz. So 9 chord tones, and each one is associated with very particular, like metaphysical properties.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so what are these frequencies? Like, what are the numbers?
Okay, so we've got 174 hertz,
Okay.
285 hertz,
Mm-hmm.
396 hertz,
Mm-hmm.
417, 528, 639, 741, 842, and 953.
Whoa.
It's quite a range.
It is. Okay, so then let's go through these. What does each of these actually do? What are they supposed to, like, influence?
Yeah, I think a good way to think about it is like tuning forks for different parts of your being.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
for example, 174 hertz,
Yeah.
that's often linked to pain relief and grounding. It's like this gentle anchor. Then you have 285 hertz. That one's associated with healing and restoring energy, almost like an energetic, like reset button.
I like that reset button.
Yeah.
Okay, what about 396 hertz?
So 396 is all about releasing guilt and fear. It's about shifting from grief, and it's really connected to your root chakra, so like your foundation.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then we go up to 417.
Mm-hmm.
That one's about change, hoping to break those old patterns, clearing out negativity, and it activates the sacral chakra. So that's all about movement and flow.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of the sacral chakra.
Mm.
Okay, so then 528 hertz. This is the famous love frequency, right?
Exactly. That's the one. And that's often linked to DNA repair. Some traditions even call it the key of the House of David. It's all about reducing stress, bringing in that positive energy.
Powerful.
Yeah, it is. Then we move up to 639.
Okay.
That one's all about connection, especially in relationships, fostering harmony and compassion. And that one resonates with the heart chakra.
Oh, wow. Okay, so then what about those higher frequencies, like the
Yes.
last three?
Okay, so 741 hertz.
Yeah.
That one's thought to help with detoxification, promoting self-expression and intuition, and that aligns with your throat chakra, your voice.
Oh, interesting.
And in 852, that's about inner vision, spiritual awakening. It stimulates the third eye.
Wow.
And then finally, 963 hertz.
Okay.
This is like the big one, the frequency of the divine, believed to activate the pineal gland, connect you to like higher awareness. It's all about opening the crown chakra.
It's like a whole vibrational spectrum for different intentions.
Exactly.
It's amazing. Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit and talk about crystals, because they're not just pretty objects to look at.
No, not at all. What's so cool about crystals is that they have their own vibrational frequencies,
Yeah.
just naturally because of their atomic structure,
Okay.
and they can interact with our own energy, our own frequencies through resonance. It's kind of like, when you strike a tuning fork and another one starts to vibrate
Oh,
next to it.
yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Mhm.
And this helps to bring balance to those chakras we were talking about.
Yeah.
So they're like conductors, and they can even amplify energy.
Oh, wow. Okay, so then how do these two things work together, like the sound and the crystal vibrations?
So it's all about creating a synergy, right?
Okay.
You combine them, and they can actually boost each other's benefits. Like a really good example is those crystal singing bowls that are tuned to specific solfeggio frequencies.
Oh, yeah.
So the crystal intensifies those sound waves,
Right.
and then that specific frequency targets whatever energy you're working with. The crystal basically acts like a focused channel for that sound.
Okay, that makes sense. So are there like specific pairings, like crystals and frequencies that work really well together?
Yeah, there are definitely some classic combinations. They're based on, the properties of the crystal and what chakra they align with.
Okay.
So, for instance, 396 hertz, which is for releasing fear, that's
Mhm.
often paired with black tourmaline
Oh,
because black tourmaline is very grounding
right.
and it helps you integrate that emotional release.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Then 417 hertz, which is for facilitating change, that's often linked with labradorite
Mm-hmm.
because labradorite is known for its like transformative qualities.
Oh, cool.
Then 528 hertz, the healing frequency,
Mm-hmm.
that one's often paired with green aventurine,
Okay.
which is very soothing, very healing.
Mm.
639 hertz for relationships. You pair that with rose quartz,
Makes sense.
the love stone.
Of course.
741 hertz for expression. You can amplify that with sodalite because sodalite promotes clear communication.
Oh, cool.
And then 852 hertz for intuition that often goes with amethyst, which is all about spiritual awareness.
Wow, so there's a lot of different combinations here. It seems like there's a lot to explore.
Yeah, definitely.
So for everyone listening, it seems like there's a huge potential here to really impact your well-being
Yeah,
through, combining sound and vibration.
absolutely. And I think the most important thing to remember is intention. Like, how does your own intention play into this?
Yeah.
What are you bringing to these practices? So maybe just take a moment and think about which frequency or crystal pairing really speaks to you. And what does that tell you about what you're focusing on in your life right now?
That's such a good point. Intention is everything.
It really is.
Well, this has been so fascinating. Thank you so much for